This one hilarious. Obviously he's filming, someone told him to smile. Oh, there we go. Oh dear. What is going on, guys? You can see by the title, we're gonna have some fun or slightly get angry at the world of health and fitness. Hi, my name is Coach Tumble. I have a master's degree in sports performance and a bachelor's degree in S&C. I train coaches from around the globe in my coaches group. You can join it now, 3 days for free. And we make people better, 100% better. Just strength, conditioning, all those fun stuff. This one is always fun. I feel like it's gonna be recurring. Maybe we add on a few every single time. Maybe you need to drop down below in the comments. You need to like, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. The dumbest gym equipment money can buy. Wonderful. Without further ado, I think we're gonna introduce my most hated piece of equipment. The BOSU ball. Yes. Ding, 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 ding. All the physios, oh, I know it for rehab. It's for prehab and ankle stabilization. Wow, let's see it in action. And this is how it gets used, guys. Our mate Bandema Training. Yes, we're gonna do an exercise critique on this guy very, very soon. But he, in this reel, just managed to send me. He didn't send it to me, obviously I took it off Instagram. He was using BOSU balls all the time, which is absolutely fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. All right, well, let's try and explain why the BOSU ball is one. Let's try and explain what's happening here. So the BOSU ball here is being used for, what was it being used for? Knee drops and bounces. Not too sure what that's doing. Whilst with another useless piece of equipment, battle ropes, but kind of I can see the point to it. And then this one, utilizing the BOSU ball again. We're doing a little jump and catch, jump off it and come back. All right, wonderful. I don't really sure. This one, this is the one that you functional coaches always do, right? So this is amazing. Not only that we have the BOSU ball, which is having the stabilization effect, is what you're going to come back to me on. Tom, I'm training my stabilizer muscles. Yes, of course we are. We're all using our compensatory muscles every single time we squat, and that's what we need to do. These girls could not just, they can't squat to depth. Actually, they're squatting to the right depth on it, to be fair. They're holding isometric on a chaos bar, right? Chaos bar, essentially, those kettlebells hanging by, so anything that's being moved is going to move them even more. So we're constantly adjusting and compensatory just because that's why it's happening, right? So the argument put forward on a BOSU ball is that we're trying to train stability. The argument to counteract that is I would never fire a cannon from a canoe, right? If I'm going to squat heavy, if I'm going to be able to be powerful, if I'm going to be able to produce force like I want to, but any athletic capability to create muscle tissue damage, do anything, I need to add load on a stable surface, because adding load is the variable that creates stability, not making you unstable. Okay, those two are very far apart from each other, right? There's bad research into the BOSU ball of some kind of that one that they kind of jumped on and off was the one thing. This one, right, without the ball, doesn't need to do that. You can do for ankle proprioception that physios seem to enjoy, but the rest of it is awful because it basically controls eccentric motion. Okay, so it adds a little bit more that you can go and give in, right? So that's what we can go on to, but this is the kind of crap it does. The knee drops again, making an appearance. Knee drops again, enjoying those again. It's the whole stability thing, right? So what it is lying about is the amount of dorsiflexion you can create, which is insane. But you can pretty much guarantee the person that's using the gym has been prescribed it by a physiotherapist prior, or they want to work on stability. When, if you're a coach or if anybody watching this, if you can't get to maybe half your body weight at depth for a front squat or goblet squat or back squat or whatever, that will be more of a stability challenge than this will ever be. Also, if you want that to be, go into a split stance and then load that. Go into a single leg drill, then load that. Those are your stability training drills that you need to do, not the BOSU ball, all right? Let's not make a hard thing ridiculous. All right, let's get on. Right, more jumping jacks. I mean, we're going to do a whole thing on this video because it's wild, and that guy. All right, number 2. The Mace Bar. Now, I did toss and turn about putting this on the list. It's not the top 3, it's just 3. 3 of the most useless as pigment equipment. Because generally speaking, I hate to looking at the chap who's doing this. Doesn't particularly have a lot of muscle mass. He's also working out in jean shorts. Cool. Not too sure why. And obviously some flat shoes, they're okay. And his vest. But we're kind of seeing the full repertoire. I tried to pick out a video that sees the full repertoire of what the Mace Bar, that's the one they mainly do. And I think that's the biggest benefit, if I'm honest. All right. So there, we do this kind of motion where they go round their head is the key ingredient. That. Boom, 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 boom. So the issue I have in this motion there, it's absolutely fine. I feel like it goes round, it circumnavigates, it opens up perhaps a little bit more of a controlled articular rotation of your shoulder. That just means you get all scouring of that shoulder joint, which I think is quite good. This is why I tossed and turned over it. But it's the population who live and die by using these kind of bells and think it's the best conditioning tool, strength tool, hypertrophy tool, strength endurance tool, plyometric tool, I don't know, that you can possibly use throughout the gym. And they will base their whole workout just on that. It's kind of almost a kettlebell crew. At least you can do a little bit more of a kettlebell, like holding like front rack positions and all that kind of fun stuff and carries. This one, they only ever swing it around their head. That's all they do. Swing it around their head and then go back around it. Like, I think for shoulder health, it could possibly be a good thing. Then we've just got what would be kind of a side little squat, then an overhead little squat, a little rotation, cool, joust, step, there's the overhead swing again, and then we come back, okay? It's the popularization of that and the whole kind of, I'm training my sling patterns, which indirectly means to most of the world that we're not putting on any muscle tissue to make an effect on our fitness. Sorry, that's brutal. That's brutal to say. But it's the whole, I'm using momentum and controlling momentum in space, which is the issue. Yeah, it's fun. It's fun. It's fun. Let's watch him for the rest of it, and then we're going to go into the final piece of equipment that I decided to put on this little list of 3, which obviously we're going to get a little bit longer, a little bit there, is this one. Right, we've got it from 2 positions. Let's just sit back and watch both of these. Oh dear. We will look at a full video of home gym equipment on a plus and a minus on what it is needed to do. This one hilarious. Obviously he's filming, someone told him to smile. Oh, there we go. Oh dear. All right. Okay, let's start with this like little twirly thing at the start. So obviously this is directly for the abs, is what it's trying to say. The waist exercise twister disc is the product name. So they hold a little squat pattern, do a little twists, and then they come up. It's pretty much all you can do. You can't do anything else with it. Not like the slingy thing. Who buys this stuff? Right, comment down below if your mum has ever bought any of this stuff before, and then does it, and then immediately smiles after. Okay, I don't know what football kit's at. Interesting. Oh, she does do 3 different things. Right, let's have the rationale. I'm doing it here, okay? So we could just do it in our desk, and with this, I can kind of see that it is contracting my obliques. Not particularly all of my rectus abdominis, but definitely my obliques are going, and they're going to get very, 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 very tired. So the main issue with this is that the obliques and abdominals are predominantly an anti-rotator exercise. So they obviously do aid rotation, but they resist it quite a lot as well. So I'm pretty blowing that. So we need to train them for both. And this equipment kind of does neither, let's be honest. It's not going to make us powerful. It's not going to make us strong. It's certainly not going to add like hypertrophy of the abs. It's not going to train our waist. I think it's a massive waste of time because, at least whilst I'm here, right? So I've taken away all kind of twisting power of my legs and I'm only focusing on my back, my lumbar, and whatever. That's the only thing that's like helping me twist the obliques. So I immediately made this better by just sitting in a chair. Because we got our legs involved there, those are the things that are really kind of making this twist. So it's probably not, it's more pelvis that's moving around rather than like obliques and abs and stuff that it really kind of fit. So that's putting our mechanics hat on for just a split second. Why would you do that when you're creating a piece of exercise equipment? But yeah, I can't understand what application it has, if I'm truly honest, and how it's going to benefit you in any way. Then this one has the handles, which I think makes you look worse. I'm not too sure. Comment which one, guys. Which one's worse? The one that the other girls were using without the handles? Or is it a progression or is it a regression? I don't really know. I'm assuming with the points of contact that's easier with the handles than it is without, because you can't like stop to stabilize. I'm an exercise scientist, right? I don't know what this is for. That's my big issue on this one. I don't know what it's helping. I don't know why you would do it. And of the, we said in the video previously, 600 exercises that Jeff Nippard came up with previously, I bet there's 600 better ones to go and do, right? One of the worst pieces of equipment that you could ever possibly see in my life. Perfect. All right, so BOSU ball, the Mace Bar, and the oblique twisty thing, I don't know. Home workouts. All right, have you ever used any of them? What do you use them for? Do you disagree with me? Let me know. Obviously, like, comment down below if you want to add some science into this. We obviously can. It's absolutely insane. I think we did throughout this, and hopefully you'll go watch some of the stuff to put in your workouts in one of the next videos coming up. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.